evening, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle that was requested by quite a few people who had responded on the March of the Quads puzzle pack. Yeah, I'm back here again, but this was a request, and I pay attention when people message me. So with March of the Quads, the original statement that I put forward to the people who were creating puzzles was what I wanted to do was explore the quadruples constraint by making puzzles that were the quadruples constraint mixed with another constraint, so a single other constraint, so we could sort of see how they interacted. And I wanted to focus on that. Now, it was all good for people to try and do other things and everything, but I wanted to keep the pack focused so that it didn't get too out there is the right word. But about partway through, when we'd been setting for about 8 hours on one particular day, we just decided to go a bit crazy. And we came up with a puzzle which we decided to call Have Some Silly, where we threw in every constraint that, well, not every constraint, but we wanted to throw in a lot of constraints and make the puzzle work. And the puzzle we came up with, we just decided to call it Have Some Silly, because after sticking to the single constraint rule, we then just went, have some silly, have something that just uses everything that you've learnt above. We stuck it at the end of the Scenic Hike section because it was at that point that all of the rules that were in this puzzle had been used previously in the pack. And we just said, yeah, here's something that would be a little bit different and a little bit silly. I will provide a link, of course, to the March of the Quads pack, both above and below. And you can explore that pack to your heart's content. There are some great puzzles in there. But what I wanted, a lot of people came back and said that they'd struggled with this puzzle and would I do a solution video? And the answer to that is yes. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to very, very quickly go over the rules. In the box above me, there will just say other rules detailed in the puzzle, both in the description and in the puzzle link. You will see the full details of all of the rules, but what I'm going to do is just go through them very, very quickly in my introduction. So here we go. Normal Sudoku rules. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Normal quadruple rules, and what they mean is in the circles, or in the numbers in the circles, or the digits in the circles, must be placed at least once in the 4 cells touching that circle. Cells separated by a black dot must be in a ratio of 1 to 2. Cells separated by a white dot must be consecutive. Not all dots are given. Cells separated by an X must sum to 10. By a V must sum to 5. Not all X's and V's are given. On the green whispers line, adjacent digits must have a difference of at least 5. The palindrome line, which is this line, must read the same in either direction. The digits in cages that are placed in the cage will sum to the digit in the top left corner of the cage. Digits placed on an arrow must sum to the digit in that arrow's circle. Digits placed on a Renban line must be a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So if you took them off the line and sorted them, they would be a set of consecutive digits. Digits on diamonds, this is probably the trickiest rule. Digits in diamonds must be at least 4 apart. And the digits on the line that's separated by those diamonds must be outside the bounds of those numbers. I'm actually going to give an example on this one. So if this was a 3 and this was a 7, the only numbers that could go on the line are 1, 2, 8, and 9 because they are outside of 3 and 7. They do not include or and are not between those numbers. Digits placed on the circles must be odd. This is not a circle, that's the base of the thermo. And along thermos, digits must strictly increase from the bulb to the tip. That is all of the rules in play very, very quickly. If you're not familiar with them, other videos have covered them, and you'll see as I go through the puzzle. So let's restart the puzzle to restart the clock. Let's give this a shot. Okay, it's a couple of days later because about halfway through solving the puzzle, I got hit with a migraine that lasted over a day. So I am still kind of recovering from that. So through the magic of editing, I've just cut all that out. I really don't remember anything of my solve. That's what migraines do to you. I didn't feel like re-recording the intro, so I thought I would just jump straight into the puzzle. So let's give this a shot. So this is a quadruple puzzle. So the first thing I would normally look for is things like these 6 quadruple clues, which knock 6 out of all of those and force 6 up there. I've got the same with 7s, so 7 has to go up there. I've got the same with 6s in boxes 1 and 7. So 6 has to go into those 3, but I cannot put 6 there because of the whisper logic. Because if I put 6 there, the only digit between 1 and 9 that is 5 away from 6 is 1. Both of those would have to be 1s, and that doesn't work. So 6 is in one of those two. Actually, I need to put a 5 into those 4 cells, and you cannot put a 5 on a whisper line, because if you put a 5 on a whisper line, 5 lower is 0, 5 higher is 10, and it's broken. Now I need to put a 1 and a 3 onto that whisper line. And okay, because a whisper line will always alternate high, low, those have to be low. And the reason for that, and those have to be high. And the reason for that is if you put any digit below 5 on a whisper line, the next digit has to be higher because 5 different will jump the 5. And then the next digit will be low because it will jump the 5 again. So because I need to fit both 1 and 3, 2 low digits onto those 3 cells, the only way I can do it is to separate them by a high digit. So that can no longer be 6 anymore. That has to be 6. These have to be the 1 and 3. I've now got the high-low coloring, so I'm going to actually remove that. This now needs to be 5 away from... 3 will be in one of those, so this can only be 8 or 9 because it needs to be 3 away from the 3. So that gets me that. This is going to be 7, 8, or 9. If this is the 1, this could be any of those. 5 now needs to go in one of those 2, but it cannot go on a V clue, so that is the 5. In fact, these can only be 1, 2, 3, or 4. I need to put 2 and 4 into those 3 cells, but if I put them into those 2 cells, this would have no value because I couldn't put 1, 4 or 2, 3 in that anymore if I put 2, 4 there. So this has to be 2 or 4. Where do I look next? That 1, 9 quad. You cannot put 1 or 9 partway along a thermo. If I put 1 in either of those cells, I'd have to go 0 further down. If I put 9 in either of those cells, I'd have to go 10 up, and I can't do that. This is a 1, 9 pair, which resolves this. This is the 3, and this is the 1, which does not restrict that at all. So whichever this is, if this is 1, this is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Renban line. If this is a 9, it's going to be 9, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because this is 5 long. So whichever this is going to force every digit on that Renban line. That can't be a 1, so it's 3, 5, 7, or 9. Yay. This can't be a 1, 2 or a 2, 4. So this is either 3, 6 or 4, 8. Because if I put 1, 2 on here, this would leave 3, 4 down here, which does not sum to 7. And if I put 2, 4 down here, this would leave 1, 3, sum to 5. 3, 4 does not sum to 5. And if I put 2, 4 up here, this would sum to 4, not 5. So this has to be 4, 8 or 3, 6. I can't put 6 there, so I cannot put 3 there. 7 has to go in one of those 2 cells because I cannot put 7 on a ratio dot because its ratios would be 3.5 or 14. Both blatantly a problem. 6 has to go in here now because I can't put it in either of those, which does mean one of those is a 6. So this is not 3, 6. This is 1, 2, 2, 4, or 4, 8. 1, 2, 2, 4, 4, 8. I don't see any obvious problem with that yet. Well, I can't put a 9 there because of the 1, 9 pair. That's an easy elimination. Seven has to go in here because I've got 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. I cannot put 7 in any of those cells. 7 has to go in here. This is not the 7. Oops, not the 7. So this is the 7, which puts 7 now in one of those 2. 5 is now in one of those two because these two 5s look up putting 5 in here, and I can't put 5 on a ratio dot because 2.5 or 10 are not valid. This was the 5, this would be 4, and this would be 2 or 8. That seems okay. Can I do anything? Not really. Oh, that's... I know I was involved with setting this puzzle, but I did not remember that, and that's cute. Okay, so into those 8 cells, we need to put the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 because of the quadruple clues. But those cells there are the same digit, and those cells there are the same digit because this is a palindrome. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possible different cells, digits that I can put in there. And I've got to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If I put a 9 here, these become 1, 2, 5. I have to put a 1, 2 in here, and I've got nowhere to put the 3, 4, or 6. This cannot be a 9. This has to be a 1. This becomes a 9. That's kind of clever. So now I need to put a 2 or a 5 onto this line because I can't put them both in there. So 2 or 5 will go onto this. So this is going to be from 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm going to put that in, which is over pencil marking. But one thing we do know is that this Renban line now, because this is a 9, is 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. So I cannot put 2, 3, or 4 into that cell. That one can't be a 7. So 7 has to go in one of those two for the Renban line because I cannot repeat on this line. I have to put 6 in here, so I cannot put 6 in there. I could put, so 6 is in one of those two, but I could put 6. So 6 can't be there. So 6 can't be down here. But 6 could go in one of those. Hang on, 6 can't go there. Because if I put 6 there, I put 6 there, and now I can't put 6 on the Renban. 6 is not there, but 6 could go there. So 6 is in one of those two in the box. And down here, these are from 2, 3. All of these are from 2, 3, 4, and 5 because, and 3 and 4 will not be there because I need to put one of the 3 and 4 that goes up here. And yeah, because once again, this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6 is off the line, so it's not going to be pushed on the line down here. So these are 2, 3, 4, and 5. The 1 is already filled in these 6 cells. That's very strange. I'm sure there's more I can do with that, but I'm not seeing how. That cell can't be a 5, because if I put a 5 there, that sees every empty cell on the Renban. So those cannot be 5. Those are 2, 3, and 4. That cell can't be a 5 because that cell sees that and that sees all of those. That can't be a 5. So now the 5 in here has to go there, which means I cannot put a 5 into either of those cells because if I do, I've got the extra 5s. That is the 6. That's not the 5 anymore. That's a 7, 8. 5 is up here somewhere, which means that is not the 5 because once again, I'm treating these as 6 different cells. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sextuple. That's very strange. Oh, there's no 3 in there because of that 3 over there. I should have seen that ages ago. That is very strange. What is next? Well, that's 6. I can't put 6 there, I don't think. Why did I have... Oh, because 6 down here is in these two. So 6 is in these two. This 6 makes this a 6, which makes this a 3. This is not the 6. I now have the 6 and 7. And that doesn't change that at all. This could still be 5, 4. So that's not too restricted. Is it this thermo I want to look at? I don't have enough information about the lockout line yet. I can take 3 off this, which means I can take 2 off this. This is 1, 4. So I cannot put 4 in there anymore. This is a 4. So this 8, 9 now needs to go there in the column because I can't put it down there or up there. So this is an 8 or a 9. I've got to put a 2 in here. So this is 2, 7, 8, 9. But 2 is in one of those two. This is 8 or 9. Surely this is 1, 2, 4, or 8. Now I can't do 1 there. I can't do 4 there. So that can't be 2. I can't do an 8 there either because that can't be 4. So this is 1 to 2 or 4 to 8 or 4 to 2. But this is 1 or 4, this is 2 or 8. If this is 1, this is 2. No, this can't be 1 because if this is 1, that would be 2 and that would be 2. This is a 4. So this is 3 or 5 and it can't be 3. This is the 5. This is 2 or 8. So I've got to put a 1 in this box somewhere. It's got to go there. And this is 2, 8 or 9. And I can't put 8 or 9. This is the 2. This is the 8. This is the 9. That makes that the 9. And these are now known to be 2, 7, and 8. So I can take the 7 out of there. I can take the 2 out of there. These are now triples. 1, 2, 3, 6, and 9. And that can't be a 6 because of the quadruple. That way. And this, I'm actually going to put them all in and then eliminate. Although I don't think I need to. This, if this is a 3, this is a 7. If it's a 6, it's a 4, and it can't be. So this is not a 6. This is a 3, 7. It has to be because the 9 would have required a 1. I can't put the 4 or the 1 in there. So that's done. There's no 3. This is a 9. This is a 6. This is now a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 8. So we've got a 2, 8 here, which pushes an 8 up there because 8 is in here and 8 is in here. But that's not doing much yet. Okay. So 4 comes out of there, which means 4 comes out of there. 2, 3, 4. Can't put 1 up there or in any of those. That has to be the 1. So 1 is not in any of those or in those. 1 is in one. 1 is right there because I can't put 1 in those cells, or that cell, and can't put it on that cell because of the Renban. That becomes a 1. 1 goes down here somewhere. Any of those seem possible, though it's likely to be on the arrow. Though that's a guess. 1 is now in the 11 cage because of these ones and that one knocking out all of those cells. So 1 is in the 11 cage. 1 is in the 11 cage. Actually, I can take 5 out of there. That's the 8, so I can take... Oh, that makes that a 7 and that a 5. And that's by digits not being able to repeat on the Renban. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9. There's no 1 there. Huh. So if this is 9, 1, that would have to be 1. I cannot put a 9 in this cage because I must put a 1 in here. If this is 9, 1, if I put a 9 here, this becomes a 1, and that would have to be a 1, and that doesn't work. I cannot put a 9 in this cage. The only place left for 9 now is right there, which takes 9 out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the maximum this can be is 7. There's got to be something about that, doesn't there? If this is 1, 2, this will be 3 digits because I must put a 1 in here. If this is 1, 2, I've got 3, this now needs to be 8. If this is 1, 3, this needs to be 7. So this is 6, 7, or 8. There's no other possibility. Because if this is 1, 5, I'm at 5, I need to get rid of... Yeah, this is 6, 7, or 8. It can't be 7, so I can't put a 3 in here. This is 1, 2, 4. This is the only place left for a 3, which makes those 2 and makes those 4, which takes 4 out of those. This is a 1, 2. 1, 2 goes with 8, which takes 8 out of there. That's pushed this down. It's time for me to start looking at this thermo because the top can't be 8 or 9 anymore. So 7 is the maximum there, 6 there, 5 there. I can't do 4. That is a 2 because I can't do 4, 3, or 1 in there, but it has to be lower than 5. So this can't be 3, so it's 4 or 5. This is now 5 or 6, and this is 6 or 7. So that's interesting. Now, there's no 2 there anymore, so that's a 7, 8, so that becomes a 2. There is a 2 on this line, so I can't put a 1 on the end of the line, but that's not... Oh, that's 7, makes that an 8 and that a 7. The whisper line is now complete. The circle is now complete. When I lift you up, stop with the Star Wars quotes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3 and 9. That 9 resolves it, that is the 3, and that is the 9. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Oh, and the 8 looks down, making that the 6 and that the 8. Now, I do need to put a 3 and an 8 in there. So there has to be an 8 right there because I can't put it there. I can't put it on the thermo and I can't put it there. I couldn't put it in that box. So that's an 8, which pushes an 8 into one of those two. In fact, this is a 4-8 pair because I've got 4, 8 in this column and I have to put 4, 8 on that quad. So surely that's got to be the 8. Hang on, if that's the 4, we've got a problem, don't we? If that's a 4, that has to be an 8 or a 9, and that doesn't work. Because 4 different from 4, I can't go down, I'd have to go up. So 4, 5, 6, 7, I'd have to go 8 or 9, and I can't put 8 or 9 in this box. In fact, this is a 4 or a 5. So this cannot be a 4. This has to be an 8. This has to be a 4. This has to be a 5. This has to be a 4. This now has to be a 1, 3 in order to sum to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 9, which is outside the bounds of 4 and 8. What else is... I can put outside the bounds of 4 and 8. I can do 1, 2, 3, or 9. Now, I can't put a 9 in there. I can't put a 3 in there. I can't put a 1 in there. This is a 2. And that completes the lockout line. This is a pair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's a 7 over there looking at it, so that's a 6. That's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a 9. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. This is a triple. 3, 5, and 7. I can't put a 7 there because of the quadruple. Can't put a 5 there. Hmm. This is, well, that 5 makes this 6 and this 7. So this now has to be the 3, which looks like making that the 5, taking 5 out of there. The 7 looks like making that 3 and that 7. The 6 looks like making that 4. I said 4, didn't hit 4, and that's 6. This is also a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, which is not resolved. But I do have triples down here. So, well, actually, I don't. I do here, though. There's no 7 there anymore. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 5, and 8. Well, I can't put 3 or 5 there. That's the 8. So this is 3 and 5, which is again. This 4 looks over making this 1 and this 4. The 1 makes that 3 and that 1. The 3 makes that 5 and that 3. I need to put a 6 in here, which I know where it goes because of the 6 over there. The 5 looks over making that 7 and that 5. The 8 looks over making that 2 and that 8. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 looks down making that 1 and that 4. The 1 looks up making that 2 and that 1. And surely I can now just finish the box. That becomes a 2. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. The 9 looks down, making that 7. I put in the 9. And that is how you complete Have Some Silly, a Skunkworks puzzle, which was the puzzle we did to complete the scenic walks in March of the Quads. That was a puzzle. Sorry, it was a couple of days since I did the intro and I don't really remember it. Yeah, that was a puzzle that was requested a lot by people who had completed it and submitted answers. They'd submitted a bunch of other puzzles from the Scenic Hikes. Sorry, not Scenic Walks, Scenic Hikes, and said that they'd struggled with this one and they wanted some assistance. So I thought I would do a video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the videos, please give them a thumbs up. Please comment if you have anything to say. If you've got puzzle requests or if you've seen a puzzle that you think I should do and you know the author of the puzzle and they approve, or if you are the author of puzzles and want me to do one, please contact me via the contact methods listed below. Subscribe if you're not. It's always good to see those numbers go up, or, don't if you don't want to. I mean, it's nice to see, but do what you want to do. The world is a free place. Well, I like it to be. Yeah, and one thing I do hope that you all do is have some good luck with your solving.